Hello, my fine pupils, and in this lesson, we will be looking at debreathing. Debreathing? What do people say? Debreathing? We're going to remove the breaths from the voiceover, and people get a little insane about this. So I'm going to record some breaths in honest way, not like some crazy way. And let's do the back of a bicycle playing card. Let's see. Every time you open a fresh deck of bicycle playing cards, you are handling 125 years of expertise. We proudly craft each deck using custom paper and coatings, so you can trust bicycle performance hand after hand. Okay, oops, let me stop the recording. Okay, so we have this very professional voiceover, and let's see where it ends. Hand after hand. Ooh. All right, so let's delete this. Let's delete this little blank area at the beginning. Let's do a little callback to what we did earlier. Let's do a 60 hertz tapered off low pass. I don't really need to do this, but for the sake of remembering what we're doing, this is basically not doing anything, but just remember this exists. We'll do that. We'll use some compression here, single band compressor, and let's put this. So this is a little quieter. So let's put this at about. I'm just eyeballing it right now. Let's put it about 20. Let's put the ratio to 4. Put these both at 5. It'll be slight, but you'll see these bigger areas get reduced. Okay, we got that. So now let's bring this up to. Oh, let's remove some background noise while we're here. Remember all these things we learned? Okay, let's capture that noise print with Shift P. Then we use let's Control A, select everything, Control Shift P, and we'll remove the background noise. Okay, there we go. So now we covered everything we just did. No plosives in here, I don't think, so we can't touch on that. But now let's normalize this to 3 decibels. So we have this now. Every time you open a fresh deck of bicycle playing cards, you are handling 125 years of expertise. Okay, so, and again, this where I'm recording is not the best, so you can hear some little rumblies in the back. But we're going to talk about breaths. And I recorded this whole thing basically for this one breath here, this breath here, and this breath here. And you could tell they're breaths because they kind of look like footballs. And that's what breaths always look like. So let's listen. Of expertise. So there we go. And there's a bit of a formula that I don't believe in that I'll share with you. People say, and people being obnoxious people on the internet, say if you're removing the breaths from a voiceover, you want to just delete the breath, first of all, and then you're going to add in half the duration that was originally there, and that'll make up that space for the timing. So basically what they're saying is, if you remove the breath, it'll be a bit too quick. So like if you just cut it out, it'll be too quick into the next word, so the timing will be kind of thrown off. And you're going to want to add in half that time. So let me show you what I'm talking about to remove confusion. So you can see this right here is the breath. So what you would do is you would delete this, or you can just delete it by hitting the delete key. Or if you're doing that little formula that we talked about earlier, let's just lower it till we can't hear it anymore. And then you're going to remove half. So that's about half. So then this is what people say is the best thing to do. So let's hear the flow. Let me go back a little bit so we can hear what we're talking. 125 years of expertise. We proudly craft each deck using. So it sounds pretty natural, right? So that's of bicycle playing cards. You are handling 125 years of expertise. We proudly craft each deck using. So in this case, it works pretty nicely. But I don't like the idea that you have to remove the breath and then add in half the duration of the breath. Like I think that's a bit too rigid. So if something is very fast-paced, or fast-paced? Paced. Sorry. I forgot how to speak English. If something's fast-paced, oftentimes you can get away with just removing the voiceover or the breath completely. So if I'm going, come on down to Ford Auto Show, Sunday. Did I breathe in there? I don't think I did. Did I? I didn't breathe. Okay, hold on. Come on down to the Ford Auto Show, Sunday. Right, so sorry for peeking there. Let's see. Come on down to the Ford Auto Show, Sunday. So in this case, since the voiceover is so fast, right, if I remove this completely, you won't even tell. Listen. Come on down to the Ford Auto Show, Sunday. I have a little abrupt. I cut it off kind of bad, sorry. Let's get right there. Ford Auto Show, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. So there, it almost sounds like there's too big of a gap now. Come on down to the Ford Auto Show, Sunday, Sunday. So I would even cut that. I would remove more than the breath. I would remove this little spot here too. Ford Auto Show, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Right there, it sounds fine. So what I'm basically saying is, don't let this arbitrary rule control how you debreath? I don't know. There's a term, debreath, I think is what people say. How you debreath your audio. So in this case, I would go a little less than half. So I'd remove about there. Now, there's a few things you can do to make this process a little faster. So for this one, let's see, let's some paper and coatings. So you can try. So this is a little side breath, not so much of a standalone project here. So you could do this. You could lower it till you can't, there's no audio anymore. Then you can remove half. You can do this. So you can trust by, but what I like to do, I find that a little tedious. So I like to use insert silence. And if you go to, you can, I'm unfamiliar with the actual location of it. I think it's in here though. Edit, insert silence. So you could select this, you can go edit, insert, silence, and then you can type in, I usually use about 0.2 seconds for my breaths. So you can see it's about right there. It's not quite half, but it's definitely smaller. Paper and coatings. So you can trust by, and the length of your breath will usually depend on the project. So you could almost say that for this project, I'm going to have breaths this long. So in this case, it's a little too long. So in this, I might have the whole project be 0.1 second spaces between words. So let me show you. So for example, I'd go like this, insert 0.1, but you don't want to do this every single time, but there's my breath length. Paper and coatings. So you can trust there. That sounds awesome to me, but let's make that a little quicker. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go edit, keyboard shortcuts, and I already added it from before, but let's clear it. So you guys, how did I clear it last time? Oh wait, insert, type in, not insert, type in silence. Silence. Oh, it's already there. Okay, insert silence. Let me clear it. So again, insert silence, and I just put mine on 4 and 5, the plosive and the insert silence. So now all we have to do is this. So before we had it as 0.1, so I hit 4, and it brings up that little menu. I type in 0.1, and that's it. It's done. And then to make it even faster is because if you were to do that, if you highlight something and hit 4, it gives you the duration of how much you highlighted. But let's say, for example, I always want to use this length right here. So I could just copy that. So it's on my clipboard, Control C to copy, and then paste it with Control V. So let's undo both of these breaths. Oops, let me undo my Sunday, Sunday, Sunday out of the way. So now this right here is the original breath we edited. So now all I have to do is click here, highlight the entire window of the breath, which is this whole section here, and hit Control V, and it'll paste that 0.1 seconds in there that I made earlier. So then this is as easy. It's similar to the plosives we did earlier. You just highlight the breath, hit Control V, and then it deletes the breath, and at the same time adds a 0.1 second silence or whatever duration you want to add. So let me just do this without even listening to it. And now we've removed all the breaths. Let me actually remove this ending. Learned? Oh, after hand. Learned? Oh, I cut something off there. Hand after hand. Okay, so this is just me cut off talking or something. Let me add a little. Okay, so now let's listen to it after I just went through and pasted in silences. Every time you open a fresh deck of bicycle playing cards, you are handling 125 years of expertise. We proudly craft each deck using custom paper and coatings, so you can trust bicycle performance hand after hand. Every time you, so in these, hold on. Let's say I want these two spaces to be consistent right here, so that it sounds like a little. Whoops, sorry. It's bicycle performance, hand after hand. So now it's a little more consistent, the spacing there. But now you can see how easy it is. Once you know how long you want your breaths to be, it's just a matter of pasting in all of these little windows of time as you're listening to it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just don't be restricted by that rule. I guarantee you, if you Google anything about removing breath from voiceovers, they're going to give you that formula that take the breath, delete it, and reduce that time in half. And sometimes that's not enough space, and sometimes it's too much space. So use your ears with this. And in some cases, for a lot of commercial voiceover, you do want to Debreathe. Debreathe, I think. So for short commercials that you see on the TV, those will never have breaths. For audiobooks, long form narration, those will almost always have breaths. But yeah, that is debreathing.